What is this thing? What is it? All right, it's a Mosier. What am I gonna do with it? I'm gonna check my square footage here at the shop. It's time to order grass seed. It's time to order starter fertilizer. It's time to order my liquids. And without knowing my square footage, I'm blind. I have no idea how much to buy, how much to apply, or anything. So square footage is extremely important. Start off with square footage. Is square footage. Because if I'm going to apply my grass seed at 10 pounds per thousand on bare dirt, and I only buy 10 pounds, but I got 2,000 square feet, well, I just shorted myself. Or if I order 50 pounds of grass seed and I've only got 2,000 square feet, where I only need 20 pounds and I put down 50 pounds, that's wasteful. The other side of that is it's entirely too much grass seed. It's going to come in and look very good, instant gratification, but then it's going to be so thick, it's going to choke itself out. So know your square footage. Hit the green plus, close shape. What I've learned is to scratch you a spot where you start. Now back to my original starting point, which I've learned to scratch you a spot. Next step in this phase, if you're following along here at the shop, you can see that I've got a good tint of brown going here. So things are working. Things are working. Once a spray was on there for a couple days and things started checking out, I took a mower with a bagger, bagged up all the seed, got them off this property. I don't want them falling back in the dirt and fighting those. Because if they fall in the dirt, I come out here with my stinger and I core plug this up. I just seeded that stuff along with my 0-0 grass seed I just purchased. So that's a no-no. Now, a lot of people want to know my steps. This is going to be my steps. First and foremost, you need to know your square footage. So here at the shop, I have 3,000 square feet. Now that I know that I have 3,000 square feet, I'm going to order my grass seed. I want 10 pounds per thousand since it's bare dirt. If it was an overseed, it would be 5 to 6 pounds per thousand as an overseed. Now this is going, like I say, this is going from bare dirt. We're going to go at the rate of 10 pounds per thousand. My starter fertilizer is the 333 from EarthWorks from home. I'm gonna run it at 10 pounds per thousand the day of seeding. So what I'll do is I'll come out here, I'll get all this level first, and then once I got it nice and smooth and level the way I want it, my grass seed will go in the stinger. I'll run the stinger, grass seed is down, I'll have holes in the ground, fertilizer goes next because I want that fertilizer, especially the EarthWorks, to be incorporated into the soil. Now once that's down and you're finished, you can either spray your myco or your drive, which lasts longer, and then you will start watering. If that day you wanted to spray some C3, you could spray that too. You can mix it with your drive or your myco, either one. C3 is a great thing to help promote the soil to want to work. It's got molasses, it's got a bunch of other stuff. It's like 7 ingredients in one. I normally run that stuff every 30 days. Once that's done, you're going to start your watering. Watering is different for everybody. I know the general rule is 3 times a day, 15 minutes. Well, it depends on how much water you're getting from those zones. And it depends on how much rain is helping you with that water. You know, I've had years where the rain just wasn't coming, and 15 minutes per zone wasn't doing a darn thing. You know, still bone dry. So I had places that I had to water 30 minutes. I had places I had to water an hour, depending on how much moisture is coming from the sky. Depends on how much you need to water and how often. The whole purpose is to keep that seed, you know, keep moisture in the seed bed. Moisture is what's going to make it germinate. You know, you hear people all the time, well, they grow in the crack of a driveway. Yeah, there's moisture in that crack. There's no sunlight. There's moisture setting in there. We want moisture, constant moisture. Not so much that it starts turning green with slime and mold, but to keep that seed, which everybody loves the word moist, but keep that seed moist, and then you're going to get germination in 4 to 7 days. I see that all the time with the Artemis. And Artemis is on sale. So if you're thinking about a grass seed, look into that. But anyway, that's going to be the update here at the shop. That's going to be my steps. I'm going to slick this up a little bit the day of seeding. I'm going to put my seed in the Stinger hopper. I will run across this, core plugging and dropping seed at the same time. I'll come back with my 333 as my starter. EarthWorks 333, that's the, if you go on the EarthWorks for Home site, that is the garden fertilizer, but it is a phenomenal starter fertilizer with the myco. That will go down at 10 pounds per thousand, and then I will follow that with some C3, meso or drive. Meso is extremely popular. Drive is being talked about more as a pre-emergent at seeding, and it lasts longer. So, but that will be my shop program. Now, once it is germinated, 30 days after the seed is germinated, I'm going to hit it with 5 to 7 pounds of 822. And then I'm just wanting to give it a little push of nitrogen to get it going, And then after that, 30 or 40 days down the road from there, I'm going to feed it again with 822. And 822 is a phenomenal winter fertilizer. It will lock in the color. You'll have great color going into December for people in North Carolina. You'll have great color going into December. You'll be the first one in the spring to green up because it's so much energy with that ammonium sulfate and chicken poop combo in the ground. And I love ammonium sulfate because it don't disappear like a urea. I love ammonium sulfate. And then plus, for me, it keeps my pH in check. You know, it's a very small thing as far as ammonium sulfate and pH, but it keeps me where I need to be. But that's it. Looking forward to this project. Hopefully you'll like, subscribe, join along, see some progress. I guess the next video here will possibly be getting the trenches in for the Hunter irrigation. So I need to get a box set, I need to trench across, I need to run the laterals, get the heads in, get all that stuff flagged, get ready. Once that's in and everything's level, I might seed as early. I've never really seeded real early just because it's always hot and dry here in North Carolina, but having the well, having the irrigation, I'm gonna see if I can't have this seeded in September. And the reason for that is the longer or the bigger jump that I can get on growth before we make it around to summer next year where everybody fights, because maturity, turf maturity is big in fescue. That first year is extremely hard, and if you don't make it through that first year, you just keep fighting and you just have young seedlings, and it gets depressing. But you got to get through that first year, and hopefully, you know, with the irrigation and with everything, maybe we can get a big jump, get a good root system established, and be ready for next year. So my two biggest struggles in North Carolina with fescue is gray leaf spot and drought. So if we got the water, and hopefully I got enough fungicide from Chemical Warehouse, we're gonna grow some pretty turf here and be back striping. Peace out, have a good day. It will be a good day above the fescue eventually. Stick with me. Like and subscribe, please. Have a great day.